Questions? Much like Curious Brandland. So here's what we're doing. We are doing a divide and conquer. You guys have been assigned 8 groups. And so what I'm going to do is give pointers to each group. And as I'm doing this, you're going to realize, oh, that's going to help me with my group. So first, as we said earlier, you've got your 3 handouts with questions on the back of them. That's if your groups 1, 2, and 3. If your groups 4 through 8, your questions are on the directions page. So these are the questions like, if you're the light reaction, you're going to answer the purpose, where does it occur, what's required, what's given off, where do the products go. That's the mantra for all of this. What's required, what's produced, where do the products go. And that's what group 4 does. 5. These are the questions, 6, 7. So let's start in the beginning. And as I do this, so here's group 1. They have questions on the back of this handout. All right, but everyone should kind of follow what's going on here. One of the things that we want you to be able to see is, look, if you see an arrow going in or an arrow coming out, for example, down here, this is an arrow going in, and this is something coming out. So an arrow going in is a requirement, a reactant. Something coming off is a product. All right? So group 1, they're answering these questions based on this. But if you happen to be group 4 and 5, this actually helps you. So group 4, the light reaction, that's the top of this. So watch what I do here. Draw a little line separating those. So get the door over there. All right? If you're group 4, this picture is going to help you. If you're group 5, see right here it says Calvin cycle. Everyone should write this down now, regardless of whether you're this group or not. This is the dark reaction. So right here, you guys should write dark reaction. It's also called the dark reaction. Okay. Let's jump over here to number 23, and you realize the same thing. Light Calvin over here, so write dark reaction. To be honest, group 3, they have the handout that all of you guys will probably be using. All the groups will be doing it. They're kind of like the wrap-up group. They're the one that, if you can understand everything going on in this picture, you'll do well on this feature, quiz, and test. All right? So let's go back. All right, so that's group 1. That actually helps group 4 and 5. Okay, group 2. You'll notice I've written over here Krebs cycle on your handout already. Citric acid and Krebs cycle are the same thing. So group 2 is answering the questions on the back of this handout. But it turns out, hey, group 7, look, glycolysis. Group 2 has a picture that describes glycolysis. All right? Group 8 is dealing with something called citric acid. So why don't you write right here on your paper, right, Krebs right above that in parentheses. You just got to start using these words interchangeably. All right? So today we're looking up the information. You're going to post it on your little group part of Blackboard, and then next class we're going to post it on the discussion board so everyone can see it. All right? So let's kind of walk through. So that's group 2's picture. Group 3, as I said earlier, look, they got citric acid. What's that called? We just labeled it before. What's citric acid also called? Krebs cycle. Calvin cycle, also called dark. Now, this is again, here's the formula for photosynthesis. Down at the bottom of this picture, which you can't see on the screen, your picture shows cell respiration. Right here, cell respiration. Okay, now, so oops, let me jump over here. Transparency 23, that's the one that every other group is going to constantly consult. Even if you're the group 4, the light reaction, there's an arrow going in. There's an arrow coming out. Arrow going in is a reactant. Arrow coming out is a product. Hey, look, an arrow going across. So look, this arrow is a product of the light reaction. Turns out it's also a reactant for the dark reaction. What's required, what's produced, where do the products go? That's how this works. And so let's look back at how the other groups are doing theirs. So Mr. Matheny pointed out to you guys, 1 through 3 have handouts. 4 through 8, their questions are right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to answer these questions. We'll verify your answers, and then we're going to go to Blackboard. And you'll notice if you click Tools, there's 8 groups. Now I'm not going to open these, but inside there, that's when you're storing your answers today. And then, next class break, you're going to click the discussion, and you see it says Photosynthesis Mini Project. That's where you will post your answers for the rest of the class to see your work. Are there any questions? So I think we got to spend the rest of the class getting our answers down. Some of you are going to be, so look, some of you guys are going to be typing your answers. Some of you are going to be writing them on your paper, and then you're going to be putting it on Blackboard, and we're going to, and then storing it. The next class break, you bring it up, and you post it for the other 7 groups to copy down what you've done. And then that's your job is to copy down what the other groups have done. Any questions?
Yeah, you can work as a group. Make sure that while one person is you guys are formulating your answer, have one person typing it in the Blackboard.
Or type it on Word, and then
while you're writing down your paper as well. If you're one of the 3 handout groups.
now, one last thing I want to point out is take advantage of Blackboard. If you go to course materials, here we are. So we got 4 different books that you use, but on Blackboard I've got references. Some of them are videos, some are PowerPoints. Okay? So you got, here we are. This is the actual mini project handout. Okay? This is transparency 20, 22, 23. There are digital copies of those. Then here's a video that I made called on going over on the overview. This helps out the light group and the dark group. This right here helps out pretty much all of the groups that are 7 and 8. So if you watch through, you can. And then I've got different ones from different resources. So there's tons of resources to use. Electron transport, that's actually group 8. Okay. Glycolysis, that's actually group 7. Right? And so you have a variety of things and resources to use, and that's pretty much what our mini project is going to be.